Have you ever reached for a glass of milk, then paused, wondering if it's really safe for your diabetes? You're not alone. Milk is part of many seniors' daily routines. But when you're managing type 2 diabetes, even everyday habits need a second look, especially if you're aiming to improve blood sugar control and fight insulin resistance. In today's video from Healthy Aging with Nutrition, I'll uncover 3 types of milk that can be dangerous if you have diabetes. These insights might surprise you and even your doctor. You'll learn how to spot risky milk for diabetes, which ones spike your glucose levels, and what to choose instead for a safer diabetic diet. If you're ready to take charge of your health using powerful, senior-safe foods, tap like and subscribe to Healthy Aging with Nutrition and hit the bell so you don't miss what's next. Let's get started with the first milk you need to watch out for. Milk number 1, whole milk. Among all the milk options available, whole milk is often seen as the most wholesome. For decades, it's been a breakfast staple, rich in texture and tradition. But for seniors with type 2 diabetes, its familiar comfort can carry hidden risks that are often overlooked. Whole milk contains a combination of natural sugars and saturated fat, both of which can interfere with your efforts to lower blood sugar and improve insulin resistance. 1 cup provides about 12 grams of carbohydrates, primarily in the form of lactose, and nearly 5 grams of saturated fat. These numbers may appear modest at first glance. However, according to Harvard Health Publishing, a diet high in saturated fat has been shown to impair insulin's function at a cellular level. Over time, this can lead to a more resistant state in your body, where insulin becomes less effective, causing blood sugar levels to remain elevated for longer after meals. In addition, saturated fat is known to promote chronic low-grade inflammation, which further worsens blood sugar control and increases the risk of complications in older adults. Now, let me share a real-life case that still sticks with me. Mr. Harold, a 67-year-old retired school principal, used to drink 2 glasses of whole milk daily with breakfast. When he came in for a follow-up, his A1C had increased to 7.4%, despite his efforts to cut down on sweets. His doctor asked about hidden sources of sugar, and sure enough, the milk added nearly 25 grams of carbs daily to his diet. Once he switched to a lower-carb milk option and adjusted portions, his A1C dropped back to 6.6% within 3 months. In terms of glycemic response, whole milk may not seem alarming on paper, with a glycemic index, or GI, around 31 to 41. However, its glycemic load increases significantly when consumed in larger portions or multiple times throughout the day. And when paired with other carbohydrate sources like toast, fruit, or cereal, the impact becomes even more pronounced. So, what can you do? Opt for unsweetened, plant-based milk options like almond milk, flax milk, or pea protein milk, which contain fewer than 2 carbs per serving. Use smaller servings. Half a cup, 4 ounces, may be sufficient for your coffee, tea, or breakfast porridge. Always read the label. Look for unsweetened and check for added thickeners or starches. This adjustment may seem small, but it can produce significant long-term benefits for senior health, particularly in preventing unexpected blood sugar spikes and reducing long-term cardiovascular risk. Next, we'll examine a type of milk often marketed as healthy, but in reality, it can raise your blood sugar faster than you expect. Milk number 2. Flavored milk. What if the milk that looks healthier on the label is actually one of the worst offenders for your blood sugar? Flavored options such as chocolate or strawberry milk are commonly selected by seniors seeking a more enjoyable taste while assuming the product still offers the same nutritional value as plain milk. Unfortunately, that assumption can lead to serious setbacks in blood sugar control, especially for people managing type 2 diabetes. Flavored milks are typically packed with added sugars, far beyond the natural lactose found in plain milk. A single 8-ounce glass of chocolate milk can contain up to 30 grams of sugar, more than many sodas. According to the American Diabetes Association, added sugars raise glycemic load, leading to faster glucose absorption and sharper post-meal blood sugar spikes. Over time, these repeated spikes increase insulin resistance, making it harder for your body to process carbohydrates efficiently. To make things worse, many of these products are marketed as fortified or rich in calcium, distracting you from their dangerously high sugar content. Labels might emphasize nutrients like vitamin D, but the reality is they can deliver a dessert-level sugar hit in disguise. Let's take a closer look. 1 cup of plain whole milk, about 12 grams of carbs, 0 grams of added sugar. 1 cup of chocolate milk, 25 to 30 grams of sugar, often 12 to 15 added. 1 cup of strawberry milk, up to 28 grams of sugar, largely from syrups. Even low-fat flavored milk isn't safe. Fat may be reduced, but sugar is often increased to maintain taste, creating a false sense of healthiness. Worse yet, these milks are usually consumed with other carbs like cereal, toast, or fruit, amplifying the glycemic load and making post-meal blood sugar spikes more likely, especially in seniors with slower metabolic function. What can you do instead? 1. Choose unsweetened plant-based options, such as almond, soy, or macadamia milk. These contain fewer than 2 grams of carbs per serving and no added sugars. 2. If you enjoy flavor, add natural options like cinnamon, nutmeg, or a drop of vanilla extract at home, so you know exactly what's in your drink. 3. Always check the label. Watch for ingredients like syrup, evaporated cane juice, or corn syrup solids. These signal added sugars to avoid. While these drinks may seem harmless, they can quietly derail your progress toward better diabetic health. Discovering hidden sugar in your favorite drink can be frustrating. Tell us what you did next. Your experience might help another senior make a better choice. The third and final milk on our list may surprise you, especially if you've been choosing plant-based options for better health.
Milk number 3. Sweetened plant-based milk. My cousin Linda, who just turned 70 this year, thought switching to oat milk was one of the healthiest decisions she'd made. She's always been mindful of her diet, especially after her pre-diabetes diagnosis last year. So she gave up regular milk and started adding oat milk to her coffee every morning. It felt like a smart, heart-friendly change. But a few months later, during her checkup, her A1C levels had climbed again. She was frustrated and confused. "I don't even eat dessert," she said. That's when we looked at the oat milk carton together. It had 12 grams of added sugar per cup, and she'd been using it twice a day, every day. In fact, many seniors switch to plant-based milks thinking they're automatically better for blood sugar control. But when those plant-based options are sweetened, they can be just as problematic as flavored dairy milk or worse. According to the Mayo Clinic, Consuming drinks with added sugars, even from natural sources like agave or cane, can lead to sharp blood sugar spikes, increase insulin resistance, and make it harder to manage type 2 diabetes in the long run. What makes things trickier is how brands label these products. Terms like original, lightly sweetened, or even just vanilla often hide added sugars under pleasant-sounding names like brown rice syrup, evaporated cane juice, or organic agave nectar. They sound harmless, but the effect on your blood glucose is very real. Let's break it down. 1 cup of sweetened oat milk, up to 20 grams of carbs, 10 to 13 grams of that from added sugar. 1 cup of sweetened almond milk, 10 to 12 grams of carbs. 1 cup of sweetened rice milk, up to 22 grams of carbs, mostly fast-absorbing starch. Compare that to 1 cup of unsweetened almond milk, 1 to 2 grams of carbs, 0 grams of added sugar. 1 cup of unsweetened soy milk, 3 to 4 grams of carbs, no added sugar with added protein. These small swaps can make a huge difference in daily glycemic load, especially for older adults trying to maintain stable energy and prevent diabetes complications. What's the takeaway? Number 1, don't judge plant-based milk by the label on the front. Number 2, always check the added sugar, and if you want flavor, add it yourself. Number 3, that small habit can make a big difference in your daily blood sugar. Don't let a hidden source of sugar sneak into your day. Take control now, check your milk, make the switch, and give your blood sugar the support it deserves. Ready to take a second look at what's in your milk? If you've ever swapped to unsweetened plant milk or plan to try it soon, drop the word switch in the comments below. Let us know what motivated your change or how you plan to make better milk choices moving forward.
Your blood sugar responds to what you do daily, not just occasionally. Let your next glass of milk reflect the future you want to protect. For many of us, milk is tied to comfort, routine, and even a sense of nourishment. It's something we rarely question. But when you're living with type 2 diabetes, every drop counts, especially when it comes to blood sugar control and managing insulin resistance. In this video, we uncovered 3 types of milk that may be silently working against your health goals. First, we looked at whole milk, a familiar staple that hides both saturated fat and natural sugars. These can build up and quietly raise A1C levels, especially in seniors who drink milk daily. Next came flavored milk, chocolate, strawberry, and other sweetened varieties. These are often marketed as fortified or rich in calcium, but behind the label, they deliver sugar levels similar to soda. And finally, we explored sweetened plant-based milk, oats, almonds, rice, and others. While they sound like the healthiest alternatives, many versions contain 10 to 15 grams of added sugar per serving, disguised under names like original or vanilla. What links them isn't just sugar or carbs, it's how easily they slip into daily habits without a second thought. The good news is, none of these habits are permanent. With just a little awareness, you can adjust what goes into your cup and protect your health in the process. Thank you for watching Healthy Aging with Nutrition. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to stay updated with the latest science-backed nutrition advice for seniors.